So hey there guys, how are you all doing? Today will be kind of a practice session, a little bit different because this is with two accounts and I have little coins in two accounts, about 15,000 coins in this one that you see right now, and then about 20,000 coins I think on the other one, which you'll see. And I did this during happy hour on the Wednesday, which was just after the Team of the Year midfielders were out. So I was doing this on the console, which was bidding 150 coins on a bunch of formation cards. And at the same time, I was on the web app and trading some players, which you'll see in a bit, the players that I picked up. But basically, this is like here is like bulk trading. So you can apply this to anything where there's just a massive amount of packs being opened to the markets. Just throw 150 bids at everything. You can do this with contracts. You can do this with players. Players, sure, maybe, but like kits or contracts or position cards, stadiums, wherever you want. So if you just throw a massive amount of bids on all of this stuff, you're going to end up winning a few. So what I do is throw 150 bids for all of these formation cards, and I will end up winning most of the 3-back and 5-back formations. And actually at the end I start throwing a bid for 200 coins for the 4-back formations, so that way people that search for 150 don't find them. And actually to pick up one of them, I don't know if you'll be able to see it here, but I think it's a 451 formation card that I pick up for 200. And you can see I spent all my coins here. So, and you'll see that in the end it's a total of 98 items that I bought, all for 150 coins except for that 4-back formation that I bought for 200. So basically I bought everything for 150, and you'll see that I'll put everything up for 250 by now. And they all sell, except the 451 of course, and they all sell within the first try. Of course I can only sell 30 items at a time, so it took a little bit of time for everything to sell. But they do indeed sell in a bit, as you'll see, as I'll show you. But now, as you can see, I showed everything here, total of 98 items. Now let me show you the players that I picked up on the other accounts. So on the other account here that I was doing on the web, I also got this formation card for 150, as I was thinking about doing the same thing first. So we got this Gervinho as well for 1.5k. And if you see some cuts in the middle here, it's just because at the same time I was checking their price on the web app to put them up as cheapest on the market. So we had a Gervinho, we have a Koscielny, a hard name here for me, but bought him for 11,250, and we're going to sell him on for, I believe it's 13,900 that I put him up here for. But I already was trading a bit of him before on my main account, so I already knew his price roughly, so I did put him up for that much. Then we have one Falcon, which we pick up for 1,100 in a 4,222, and we will have another one coming up as well. So we put him up for 2,900 by now. And then we have a Buffon in a 4-3-3 formation, so pretty good formation there, which he bought for 1.5k. And we're going to try to sell him for 2.3k, 2.2k, 2.1 I guess. So, and everything that I'll show you here will indeed sell in the first time. So I just checked the price of the Falcon that I put on the other one. This one we got for 1.5. So we put this one for 1.9k as well. And we have a Mascherano, bought for 3,100, and we're going to try to sell him for, I believe it is 3,800 or 3,700, not quite sure. So it'll take me a little bit of time here to go on the web and check the prices. But basically the way I was going about to finding some of these players, you can see somebody sold already. And we have a Dempsey already here. I'll talk about that later. But I bought for 700, and the cheapest by now in 442 at the time was 1,800 I believe. So I put him up for 1,700. We have another Mata here. So this one for 1,400, quite a good deal on him. As you'll see later on, I will go and search for one more him and to pick him up and that I recorded. So we'll try to sell this one on as well. And we actually do have a 4231 here for 150 coins. Really, really good. I wasn't too sure about the price, didn't want to check. So I just put it for 950 by now. Might be a bit cheap, but I'm not too worried about that. And then just one last formation card for 150 coins. So you can see everything there is up for sale. A few stuff already sold. But basically how I ended up finding these deals, I just went to search the market for a maximum price of about 2,000 I believe. Actually Mascherano was a little bit more. But so you search maximum price 3,000, 2,000 or 3,000, something like that. So you're going to look to pick up players that are worth about 3 to 5k I believe, something like that. And you kind of want to go and pick them up for about 1k, a little bit something like that. So you can get around 1k profit, which should be pretty good. And so as time will go by, you see that a lot of players will repeat in your search. You find that they're good, like this Mata, for example. So then you just can go and search for them individually, check the lowest buy now, and then search for any a little bit lower than that, so you have some profit room. So we see here we pick up another one for 1.5k, I believe, him up for 2.9k, I believe. So total spent on all these players was exactly 24,000. Like I said, this was on the web app while I was bidding on the console on the formations. So I missed out on a lot of deals just because I wasn't paying attention and stuff. But it was about in 20 minutes of trading as I was doing both things at the same time. So now everything sold here the first time. So formation for 250, Gervinho for 1900, Costioni for 13,750, both of the Falcons for 1900. Then we have Buffon for 2100, Mascherano for 3800, Dempsey for 1700, one of the Matas for 2800, another formation for 950, and another one of the Mata for 2900. And then we have another formation for 250. The total profit was about 8,500, almost that on these 12 players. So I know it's not much, but if you're starting out, it's pretty good. And I could have kept going, but just for the sake of this video, that was it. So let's move on here to the formations. Let's see what happened there. So now what you'll see is that the first of 30 formations sold, and everything sold on the first to go within about 20 minutes. That 451 sold for 1.5k, and the rest, everything sold for 250. So I just put it in ultra fast, supersonic fast mode here because it's exactly the same thing. Everything sold for 250. But of course, it took me 4 times to put everything up because you can only put 30 items at a time. But definitely give it a try. I mean, a few people can do that at the same time, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Because if you put a 150 coin bid first, anybody else is trying to do the same thing, you won't be able to do it. But also, like I said before, try it with something else. Try it with kits, contracts, position cards, fitness, healing, all that stuff. Just experiment around. So now we're moving on here to the last sales. So you can see now we have just about 24,000 coins, a little bit over that, and we started with just about over 14,000 coins. So that's about 10k profit, which is pretty good as well. So this is a couple of methods if you don't have too many coins. They're very, very easy to do. I mean, this bulk trading that I talked about, I mean, you don't even have to think about anything. You just go and throw in a whole bunch of bids. And the player methods, as soon as you learn their prices and you know how much they're selling for, you can do it pretty easily. And on the contracts and stuff, like I said, you can do other things. The only thing that you need to make sure is that you can sell them for a buy now or 200 or 250, however many it is. So if you can just get them for cheaper, should be good. But it's important that you can definitely sell them at the price that you want. But anyway, it's just a couple of ways that you can do some trading with low budgets. I'll try to get this video out before the happy hour, which might be happening on Friday for the attackers team of the year. I'm not quite sure, but maybe it is. If it is, you can maybe try some of this. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time, and bye-bye.